Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and it's really amazing what a difference a year makes. A year ago, Uber was in a bitter legal battle with Waymo, aka Google, over stolen patented technology on the self-driving cars. A year ago, Uber insisted that this year those self-driving cars that they had designed would be on the road everywhere and they would be ferrying passengers, and a year ago they claimed how safe they were. It's amazing how they did absolutely everything wrong in that year and how none of those things ended up being true. But they are not true, so we have to move on. And the new CEO, Dara K, is basically now going on an apology tour, not only trying to apologize to shareholders and drivers and doing a very poor job, but he's trying to make amends with his old rival company, Waymo. And at the Recode conference, which I will make other videos about because there's some other interesting things about the company in that conference, and we need to discuss it. Maybe in a live stream. Not tonight, but maybe a live stream at some point. And, well, this is what he had to say about the Waymo cars. With the bitter legal fight over self-driving cars behind them, Uber and Waymo are now slowly but surely, quote, having discussions about bringing Waymo's autonomous vehicles onto the Uber network, according to Uber CEO Dara K. Speaking Wednesday at the Code Conference, it's a Code Conference, in Rancho Palos Verde, California, Dara said his company's network's economics are the main incentive he sees for Waymo to agree to a partnership. Why it matters: Waymo and its corporate parent Alphabet now own equity in Uber, so despite their courtroom battle, both companies could be winners in a partnership. Now then, let's talk about this potential partnership, because this is a very different 180. Why is he even bringing it up? Yes, Waymo owns a stake in Uber, but if Uber doesn't own something of theirs, they aren't much of a valuable company. It's been a long time, well known, well discussed, that you know what? They're an app. They develop an app. Anyone can develop an app. There's actually new apps popping up here and there once in a while. I will be talking about them in the near future, by the way. I just want to do some more research on them before I do that. But Uber is an app. They don't own the drivers. They don't own the cars. They own a couple buildings, but they don't really own anything. I guess they own some scooters now, but they don't have much equity. So, yeah, I think that in a certain way, their survival does depend on the self-driving cars, because that would give them something of value. And yet, they don't have that. So why are they going after Waymo, especially when Waymo has been developing their own self-driving cars, and they want to even compete with Uber in the ride-sharing game? They have the Waze carpool, which isn't very popular because it frankly doesn't work very well. Shocking for a Google product, I know, but you know. And you know, the only reason they haven't gotten more serious about it is because they don't want to pay drivers. They just want to start with the autonomous vehicles. So it's going to be a long time before we see that. So why would they put their stuff on Uber stuff, and why would Uber ask for it? Well, I think it's pretty clear. If you read behind the lines, you look at what's going on. Uber's cars have been deemed very, very unsafe. They've been getting hammered by the National Transportation Board. They got kicked out of Arizona. They aren't allowed in California to test the cars. And Pittsburgh, the other place they thought they were going to test, well, the mayor apparently did not appreciate them saying they were going to test in Pittsburgh without clearing it through him. So that's probably off the table. But Waymo has a little bit more respect, because whether it's true or not, I'm always suspicious of these things, because guess what? These cars are tested in enclosed areas for the most part. They're rarely tested on the streets, and when they are, they're tested in areas that give the easiest conditions to drive them around. But the Waymo cars appear to be safer. And in fact, they probably are safer. They at least use more light sensors, if anything else. So, you know, braking's easier at least. So Uber probably still wants to keep their self-driving program, but their cars are not respected. They can't get their cars on the road. So, hey, it's like, hey, what if Uber Technologies came to the area? Except they use Waymo cars. Waymo cars are safer. It's kind of like a stopgap so they can keep testing the service, getting people used to the idea of a self-driving fleet from Uber, while they, in the background, try to figure out how to make their own vehicles still, you know, viable and functional and put them on the road. It actually makes a lot of sense why that would be the angle Dara would want to go with this. But make no mistake, that announcement that they are having talks with a third-party company to put their self-driving cars on Uber's platform, when honestly that's the only thing that could potentially save Uber right now, is that that's what Uber's future was. They wanted their cars, they wanted their fleet, they wanted to be a force. They are not a force if they are using other people's technology, other people's cars, because those cars could be taken away at any moment, and all Uber has is the software. And once Google and Waymo make their own ride-hailing network, which they can do, then it's done for Uber. They lose their cars, they don't have a service anymore. This is why they always wanted to make the cars in-house somehow. But those plans are apparently crucially underperforming. They're not happening nearly as fast as Uber wants. They need something to show for the IPO next year. So, well, time to beg to Google. Time to beg and ask them if they can use their cars on their service. Because how else are they going to have something to show the investors? It's pretty amazing how far the mighty have fallen, and I knew this was going to happen. I knew that Uber's self-driving cars weren't going to be on the road. Heck, the Waymo cars aren't even on the road that much. So, I mean, they're getting out there more and more, I will admit, but yeah. Anyway, Uber's in serious trouble. I'm reading from that. But what about you? Do you think Uber's in trouble, or do you think this is something else? Do you think something different is going on behind the scenes that would prompt Dara to want to pursue a partnership with Waymo? Because I admit a lot of this is definitely speculation, but speculate with me below by commenting below, giving the video a like, subscribing if you haven't already, ringing the bell if you want notifications. And if you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member for $1 a month. It's entirely optional, of course, but every little bit helps keep the channel running smoothly. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.